Okay. South Florida, travels to Annapolis for a game against Navy. South Florida minus 10.5 is the line. Game total 64.5. Good Lord. First, we got to check in on the health of Navy quarterback Blake Horvath. They're a different team with him. They didn't have him last week for Notre Dame. Just double check the news real quick. Um, he was out versus Notre Dame, that we know. But what's the latest? Starting quarterback Blake Horvath expected to play on Senior Day. The fact that it's Senior Day for Navy, that's a big deal because a lot of those kids have been, majority of those kids have been in the program for all 4 years. Give me Navy plus the 10.5. I think I definitely like the spot for them. Just do a quick double check on South Florida, see if they got to look ahead or what's going on with their schedule. South Florida Bulls. See what these Bulls have been up to. Okay, they got South Florida has UAB on deck. Not really looking at. They're coming. I mean, they just dominated UTSA in South Florida. Before that, they lost by 3 to Memphis. Navy, how have they been doing recently? I know they just had the rough loss, and they lost by a couple of, they got blown up by Notre Dame, so they're off a loss also. Lost at North Texas, beat Florida Atlantic. Yeah, yeah. I have no. I'm taking Navy plus the 10.5. I think this game's going to be super chippy. Again, it's Navy Senior Day, so this team's going to be up for it. It's in the. Let's just double check the weather and see if that's going to play a factor. I know, so again, South Florida, coming up from the warm weather to potentially cold. Just want to double check on this before we, high 55, low 41. It says cloudy, no real precipitation in the forecast. It looks like you might get a little bit of rain, but it's going to be cold. It's going to be gray. It's not going to be an ideal environment for South Florida playing. South Florida, their athleticism might mess with Navy, but I do think Navy keeps this one close. I'm not bold to take the plus 310 on the money line, but I do think Navy keeps it within a touchdown. So I'm good with the 10.5. I really want that half. I think that hook might actually come into play. I could see this being a 10-point South Florida win. So give me Navy plus the 10.5. Again, you can't fade the troops on Senior Day. So, and they should have their quarterback, back and able to start. I don't know if he's going to be 100%, but he should be back and starting is what the the latest updates are saying. So as long as he's starting, I'm taking Navy plus the 10.5. It's a different team with him. All right, sliding along.